Good evening, everyone. I'm Kajal Gowda from Kirin Advisors. Welcome you all for the virtual IPO meet of Finelistings Technologies Limited. Finalisting Technologies Limited, established in 2018, is a hybrid marketplace specializing in used luxury cars and software development. Operating under the brand Fine Cars, they offer pre-owned vehicles and comprehensive after-sales services. Fine Listings also provide cutting-edge solutions cloud-based services, big data analytics, and IoT development to meet the evolving business needs. Now, I would like to welcome our panel members, Mr. Arjun Singh Rajput, the Managing Director.
Hello, hi, thank you for
Welcome,
having
sir.
me.
Mr. Anish Mathur, Executive Director and CEO,
Hi everybody, thank you for having us.
and Mr. Uday Nair from FedEx Securities Private Limited, the Merchant Bank.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir. Now, I would request Mr. Arjun Singh Rajput to give the brief about the company.
So yeah, we are our company's name is Finelistings Technologies Limited. We are a 6+ year old company now. We are primarily in the business of pre-owned luxury cars as well as IT services. We started the company. Me and Anish happened to be like childhood friends. We started the company, which just emerged from an idea that a lot of the people that we knew, they wanted a dedicated platform to help them sell their used luxury cars. So the company literally started as a Instagram page as a demo, and within a month we had a lot of traction, which gave us confidence that there is great scope in this business. And from there, we then started working. We initially started working as brokers, even before registering the company, and then entered the field of buying luxury cars and then selling them ahead. Currently, we are based out of Ambience Mall, Vasant Kunj, one of the most prominent malls in Delhi. We have one showroom here, and post IPO, we of course plan to increase the number of locations. We don't really plan to go really fancy on say showrooms, but we should be present in multiple cities. So yeah, this is what we do in short. In case there is a detailed explanation to me, I can give that as well.
Now we will start with the detailed presentation about the company. Anissa, over to you.
Hi everyone, my name is Anish, and like Arjun, my partner, rightly said that we are a 6-year-old company, and how we started was just from an Instagram page where people used to engage a lot. They used to inquire about a lot about our luxury cars, and they used to fly from their cities to Delhi and come and buy cars from us. From there, we met Mr. Krishnan, who was Just Dial co-founder, and he invested with us initially as a seed round. And from there, we opened our first flagship showroom in Ambience Mall, Vasant Kunj, and there we started selling cars. So we are doing an average ticket size of 25 lakh rupees. We are trying to organize the luxury used car market in India, especially from Delhi, because it is pretty unorganized. There's multiple elements which I will run you through in the coming deck, and I'll explain why and how we are solving that problem. Next. So this is our short journey projection from 2018 when we incorporated our company. We were just brokering the deals. So Arjun and I brokered deals worth 18 crore rupees in the first financial year, and obviously for which we took commissioning part as a revenue because we were not selling cars from our books. But since after that, if you see 2019 and then 20, we were slowly growing on Instagram as organic demand was rising. Since that 2020, we got funded by Mr. V. Krishnan from Just Dial, and then we started making our beta version app and opened our offline store, which went to a bigger space at the ground floor at Ambience Mall, Vasant Kunj, and our margins also increased since we changed the model from just brokering to actually buying cars and selling them ahead by refurbishing them. Our margins also increased 5 to 7 times. Next. So this is a brief, of our board of directors. I and Arjun are, like he rightly said, we are childhood friends. Then there's this Mr. Chirag Mittal, Ms. Christy, and Mr. Mavi on our board. Next. So basically, our product, services, and USPs. So we are heavily betting on technology. It should not just be a shop wherein you just sell your car or buy a car. It should be backed by a lot of technology. There should be good content around a car, good pictures, good videos around a car, and 360-degree virtual tools, personalized services. And whenever you buy a car, you don't just go online and pick and buy a car. It has to be an hybrid model wherein there's a combination of online and offline presence. Is why we have opened our experience center in one of the most prominent places, and we have a great online presence which gives us a hybrid experience to the customer.
Yeah,
Next.
I'll just add to this. In the last 10, 15 years, in India, we have seen the acceptance and the reach of the internet. In the last 10, 15 years, we have got comfortable. Like instantly went from an economy, जहाँ पे there used to be not a lot of internet and reach in other states, but we are now great consumers of the internet. Therefore, the trust on anything that's online has really risen with time, and therefore now we have a very online approach towards how we sell a car. We are not just dependent on a physical location. In fact, all the activity even in our physical locations right now is built by our online presence only. So
Correct.
as a company, we are taking like one of our USPs is an online approach, that we are targeting all platforms for lead generation as well as sales, and that helps us become not just like an old school car showroom or a car company, but we are very much tech enabled. In fact, in the future, we have some very exciting products that are in the line. So as and when the
Right.
time is right, we shall be talking about this.
Absolutely. Yes. Next. So this is a snapshot of our showroom, and you can. This is a prime location. Again, a couple of snapshots of our showroom, which is present at this location. And we have a 6 car park here, and then we park more cars at the basement just to optimize the cost and scale our model to a much bigger inventory. So these are the locations. Next. So, like Arjun said, that we'll be betting heavily on the technology part of it also. We will be creating an ecosystem for all the automotive dealers. While we are growing as a company, we'll be investing in technology, wherein one of the products would be a car bidding platform. For example, if Miss Kajol wants to sell a car from her home, she can actually list her car with us, and we will have certain dealers who would be bidding for her car, and will be buying cars. We'll act as an escrow, and they'll be buying cars from us. So that's one product which we'll offer to the dealers, which will ease their problem of sourcing a car in this market, which is pretty unorganized and difficult. Next. This is again a snapshot of our beta version app, which is under testing. It is a native app both on Android and iOS. So it is under testing, and it's a beta version. We'll be extensively working on this, introducing new features, and we'll be launching it soon within this year. Next. These are future models. As initially mentioned, these are all scalable franchisee models, wherein right now what we are doing is we are optimizing our current space. We are trying to optimize the business here. Once this is done, we would like to scale this model to multiple cities in asset light approach, which in which there will be multiple franchisee models, wherein we would not we'll be collaborating with a lot of people in terms of funding inventory, in terms of other products, and we'll be scaling it rapidly. Next.
So I'll just add one pointer in the last slide, that a car is a great investment, and something that turns around as a business in much lesser time than say a conventional product. In this business, we don't have to set up a factory. We don't have like a 6-month waiting line or production line. We are not waiting for resources that have to come from another country. So so as a business, the turnaround time for a car's purchase and to sell as a business is approximately 45 to 60 to 90 days. That is still comparatively much lower than a lot of other products. So when we say in the future we are going to be scaling as an asset light approach, that means we are going to be giving investment opportunities to a lot of HNIs in different states, people or companies with who energies are and our vision synchronizes well with. and we are going to give them an opportunity to invest in this business under our brand name, and open up smaller hubs wherein we can say have a car park of say 50 cars, 25 cars as a lot.
Correct.
So this will be a great opportunity for people to also make money using a brand name that we have created in the past, and that we are planning to further grow in the
Correct.
future.
Correct. It's a franchising model. Absolutely right. So there'll be multiple value-added services like auto loans. So financing is a big part of the entire ecosystem. So, for example, millennials are slowly moving to use luxury cars or pre-owned cars, and their opinions are slowly changing towards the notion of buying a used car. So, what they do is, if they have a good liquidity overall through their salary or through high-paying corporate jobs, what they do is they heavily depend on good financing options for a car. So if for example, today a brand new Hyundai Creta costs you around 25 lakh rupees. Okay, and if I say we are trying to tap a space wherein a used 3 4 year old BMW is offered to you at a similar rate and an equally decent ROI for loans, so you wouldn't mind making a 50,000 rupee or a 40,000 rupee EMI per month with a total income of say 1.52 lakh rupees. So we'll be heavily making technology enabled for auto loans, and there'll be doorstep services for inspections, test drives, deliveries, etc. Through our existing app. There'll be warranty, so we'll be offering warranties on engine and gearbox, and those warranties will be enabled, and entire process chain will be managed through our app. And obviously, the most important thing is the RC transfer or the ownership transfer. So if someone sells a car to us and someone comes and buys a car from us, we make sure the transfer of the ownership happens very seamlessly. So that is another service which we'll take care of. Next. Next.
Yeah, Anish, can you see the slide? I think we lost Anish.
Arjun sir, you can take over.
Right. So this is the segment-wise breakup that we have in terms of our revenue. As we said in the beginning of the presentation, that our company primarily deals with IT and used cars. So IT is something that came on much later on because of support of the entire business. In 2021, we were doing pretty much like no IT business, but later on that business ended up growing much more. Anish, my co-founder, who's currently I think just went offline due to some reason. So he has a background from Paytm and Times Internet. So he's a master of this particular industry. We've been doing a lot of IT work for the same stuff, and that is what recognizes here on these slides. So you can read the numbers. I mean, I'm not reading the entire numbers here because that is inevitably visible. But yeah, we can proceed towards the next slide. This is just some press and media that we have got in multiple publishing. Yeah, so now talking about a go-to-market strategy, like I said in the previous slide also, that lead generation and sales. A lot of people sometimes ask us that from where do you get the cars and where do you sell the cars? So if I have to comment on that, I will just say that all our buying happens from all automotive platforms, and all our selling also happens on all platforms. Please add Anish, is requesting. Yeah, so I was talking about, please let Anish in whenever he's here. Huh?
Yeah.
So currently, this is the snapshot of where exactly we are. So we have a very organic 26,000 plus Instagram reach on social media. We have a mobile app, offline store, and website. So these are the four pillars that we use to generate leads as well as procurement for our business. This is a snapshot of the used Indian car market size, and also a projection taken from the internet saying that in 2029 it's going to be worth $63.87 billion. So my comment on this particular industry is that in the last, especially post COVID, the used car industry, and not just the used car industry, even the new car industry has grown like insanely. I mean, currently Mercedes-Benz India new sales, BMW new sales, they are going, they're increasing by the rate of 30 to 40% year on year post COVID. And currently, say in 2024, it is believed that just the new luxury cars per year are going to be crossing about 50,000 units this particular year. So how we work is that the used car industry works parallelly to the new car industry, and 50,000 new cars means that most of, like, at least 10 to 15 to 20% of those cars within a year or two are going to be coming down to the used car market. So the market is rising exponentially. Numbers of the industries are also saying the same, and it is projected to be probably double of what it is right now by 2029. No, we can't hear you, Anish. Uh, yes. So this is the sales volume of luxury cars sold from 2008 to 2023, again proving how well the market has been doing. These are all brands that have been mentioned here. So you can see, I think, except a little hit, a little slump around the COVID times, everything else looks really nice. In 2008, we were a 7,600 car consumption market, and in 2023 we have crossed about 34,000. So in just about these many years, we have gone up by quite a lot. Talking about ultra high luxury segment also, if you everybody I think knows the brand Lamborghini. Just as a stat, in just about 10 years, we have gone from non-existent for Lamborghini internationally to the 14th biggest market for Lamborghini. So that in itself shows where our country is heading, and how the numbers are looking. The assumption for the financial year 2023-2024 for the new car sales in the luxury market is going to be approximately 50,000 cars. So as we can see, numbers are looking pretty healthy for our industry.
Correct. Now, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay. Something wrong with the internet. Let's go. Let's next slide.
Yes, we can go to the next slide, please.
So, this is the overall used car ecosystem in India as of now, which eventually we are addressing, but we need to run you through the entire problems which we have seen people have faced. So, there's unorganized dealers offline, roadside kiosks, or, overall, otherwise, there are online, offline, both, like Cars 24, Spinny, Truebill. There are other companies who are doing relatively good in smaller segment. However, there's no one in the segment which we are tapping, which we believe, like, we are one of the early entrants in this segment, how to put it in the right manner. Then if you see on the right, there's lack of trust, commitment. There's a lot of paperwork involved in this. So if you do not do the paperwork in an appropriate manner, then the buyer will end up getting the car not transferred, and that'll be a huge problem for the seller. So that's one thing. Then there's very opportunistic pricing also. So, depending on the demand and supply and the desperate need of that buyer, the dealers are not going by a market standard pricing, and they do very opportunistic pricing based on their need at that very moment. And then, once you go to a roadside unorganized vendor, then you have a very limited set of options, and you can't pick and choose as per your need. And then the overall experience, because this industry is very experience driven, if you do not get good experience, then, especially in the luxury car segment, therefore we believe it's a neglected market, and if we address it properly, we can really look at being the leaders in this. Next. Just to browse you through the overall market validation Spinny.com is one of the companies who's done well for themselves, and they have organized this small car segment in the retail part. We are trying to do this in the aspirational luxury car segment with an average ticket size starting from 10-12 lakh rupees to a 60-70 lakh rupees onwards. And so that's the segment that we are trying to tap. BMW reported that their luxury car sales in India reached a record high of 42,000, like Arjun mentioned, in 2023, and it'll year on year go at a 20% increment. So
Yeah.
that's
So
what we.
my comment on market validation is now new luxury cars to us as Indians is no more something really new now. We have spent the last 10-15 years buying luxury cars. We have all experienced luxury cars. Luxury cars have now reached everywhere in the country. It is not just something that you will now see in tier one cities. So now everybody's seen them, everybody's been around them, most of them have been in them. So we have great acceptance of luxury cars, not just in tier one cities, but other smaller cities also. Apart from say real estate or say some states, some jewelry, cars have become the main other things people are really aspiring to purchase because it's a mobile, item of pride. So the great part is because now we've spent the last 10-15 years around these cars, the demand have started coming in from smaller cities also. So everything that the tier one cities are consuming and then letting go, even better demand is coming from the smaller cities. So the absorption pyramid here is brilliant. So since we are sitting here in Delhi in a tier one city, whatever we are letting go from our state is also a great market opportunity which we will be tapping. So say for example in Delhi we have a 10-year diesel rule. That means a lot of people who have maintained their cars very well, have to let go of their cars by the end of 10 years. So just capturing that amount of marketing and opening places in other states is a great business opportunity. So all this validates what we are doing. And if done well, of course, there is great business to it.
Correct, correct, absolutely. Next, Arjun, if you'd
This
like to
is
browse
a
through.
local competition. We have some great, businesses that we have to name here, and of course, we always take inspiration from businesses that are doing well. Autobest Delhi is a prominent player in the luxury car segment. There is Spinny Max that has they have attempted the luxury Big Boys Toys. I don't think anybody needs an introduction. And there are other smaller like Car Mall, Luxury Ride. So these are local competition. These are businesses which have really, consumed a lot of business for the people, and they are doing great numbers. So if you study their books, I mean, they are absolutely terrific. So these businesses are local competition as well as we take inspiration from these
Yes,
businesses.
yes, yes. Next.
Yeah, so the our growth drivers, as mentioned here, aspirational buying behavior, affordable options, easy financing, millennials prefer used luxury cars and unorganized market. So I'll just one by one briefly tell you. Undeniably, it is understood that luxury cars are a statement, and now it's the times of the internet. It is times of social media. Social media works on fancy things, be it travel, be it foreign traveling, be it your expensive phones, be it your houses, be it your cars. So cars, of course, do play a bigger role. So as the reach of the social media and these things are increasing, of course, the aspiration of the buyers is also going up. And since I said that it's been a lot of time that the industry is existing, cars are no more expensive in terms of luxury brands. We need to keep in mind that some normal brands have also become quite expensive now. Like a Honda City 10-year back used to be like a 10 lakh rupee car. Right now, a top end Honda City is like a 22, 23 lakh rupee car. We are very comfortably buying, 20, 25 lakh rupee cars. In fact, if we study the market, we will realize that in India, any successful brand new car which is costing between 15 to 35 lakh rupees, you will find they have a few months of waiting. So the middle class in India is extremely empowered and a great consumer of things right now. anything that they feel they really want to have, they are leaving no guns and no stones unturned, and they are really going for it. They don't even mind waiting 6 months, 12 months
Correct.
for even cars like the Innova. So preferences in the market, buying patterns have really changed. Of course, with time, banks have come with great finance options. So financing a car has become
Correct.
easy. Overall, also financing has become quite easy. You can now finance anything like online from your mobile phone to say a car. So that also helps our industry that people are able to finance their cars better.
Correct.
And millennials prefer used luxury car over a new one. That is a very true fact, because now the consumer has become such that when they are going to market to shop for a 20-25 lakh rupee car, they are definitely browsing a lot on the internet. Because and why they are browsing, there are companies like Carwale, Car Trade, they
Hmm.
are totally banking on the browsing part of it, right?
Correct.
So millennials are doing their in-depth research before putting their money anywhere. And used cars definitely come as a part of that research. And when they overall go out to experience, they are definitely a larger part of the chunk is now definitely preferring to enter a luxury brand, because eventually it is their dream. So now when they find that the dream is more accessible, they are definitely the larger number of people are turning up to fulfill those dreams earlier. And
Yeah.
of course, the market was previously unorganized. It is now slowly getting organized. There is more confidence that is coming up on
Correct.
the internet. There is more organization that is coming up through companies like us, wherein they are keeping like a full check on not just the car but the paperwork. So previously, the used car market used to be a shoddy business where people had a lot of problem in trusting. But right now, if you go and browse through there, you will definitely find companies you can trust. Still very few. We are trying to be one of them. But yeah, that's what we are doing. We are organizing the used car market. So you are much easier able to trust us and go for spending your money with us. That's what we do.
Absolutely. Just to add on this, on a macro level, like Arjun said, overall the economy is, moving from a 3, 4 trillion to a 7, 8 trillion in the next 4 years. We believe the youth is very aspirational. They want to not just go step by step and first buy a 12 lakh rupee car or a 15. They straight away want to upgrade. Like he said, they were aspirational, it's their dream car, so they rather buy it now and have that feel of it. So with easy financing and other things, the aspirations have gone up. People are not interested in investing in real estate. Rather they would have the mobility, and they would invest in used luxury cars, and they would like to have fun with it. So overall the per capita income will increase. The economy is going from 4 to 7 trillion in the next 4 5 years. The next 10 years of India is super promising. So by that math, not just our business, because it's aspirational, yes, it will be one of the key industries which will exponentially grow, but other businesses will also flourish. So that's our overall macro level take on the industry. Next, these are the key financials. Overall financial year 21, 22, 23, 24. If you see, there has been a growth of revenue, and then EBITDA and PAT, just for the similar years for your reference, and then EBITDA margins and PAT margins. Next, this is the balance sheet. Uh, Overall, yeah, cash flow highlights. Over the, you can skip this. Next, yeah, these are the key ratios. If you see debt to equity ratio, uh, from FY 21, 22, and then 23, 24, has been pretty healthy. Debt service coverage ratio. Next, earning per share current ratio, and if you see inventory turnover ratio from financial 21, 22, 23, and 24 till Feb. So earning per share and net asset value per share. Issue highlights. So it's a fresh issue up to 11 lakh equity shares. which had a face value of 10 rupees each. Issue size is 13.53 crore rupees. We are raising 13.53 crore rupees. Issue price per issue per share value is 123 rupees. The lot size would be 100 shares per lot, 100 equity shares per lot. And overall, we are opening our issue on the 7th May, which is tomorrow, guys. And we'll be closing on 9th. Next.
Anish, I'll just correct one thing over there. It's
Yeah.
The lot size is 1,000 equity shares. It's not 100 equity shares. Sorry, just one
No.
correction over there.
So I said 1,000. Yes, lot size is 1,000, and so the value of that lot would be 1,23,000. Correct. Okay. Basically, the object of the issue is we'll be overall after related expenses of the issue, we'll be investing in the technology. As we rightly said, our overall model is dependent on technology and not just buying and selling cars. So we'll be investing in technology, and we being one of the verticals being an IT solution vertical, and I have a background of Paytm and Times Internet. So we will leverage that, and we will try to create technology products around our automotive ecosystem, and which will cater to other B2B dealers. And the other would be the working capital, obviously, which will have the major thing would be about the inventory of the showroom. So we'll be investing in cars, wherein which will give us a good return. So just to explain you the overall business model in terms of how the financial thing works is, for example, it's a very the automotive business is a very simple business in terms of how it's operational. For example, if you want to sell a car, we visit your house, we pay upfront, negotiate with you, we pay upfront and take your car. Then we do a small refurb, whatever is required in that car, and then we again sell it to the end user. In that scenario, what happens is average cycle of that transaction is 45 days. So, for example, if we are, as an example, if we are having 10 CR of working capital, in one financial year, we'll be looking at a 45-day cycle of one cycle. So then we'll be looking at 8 to 9 times churn of that total amount. So with that kind of growth, we are looking at a great expansion model, and we'll be scaling our business to multiple cities with this. Next. These are the issue intermediaries. Our lead manager is FedEx Securities Private Limited. Our RTA is Skyline. Our banker to the issue is ICICI. Banker to the company is HDFC. Our statutory auditor and peer review auditor, DGMS and company chartered accountants. Our underwriter to the issue is FedEx Securities again. Market maker to the issue is Rikhab Security. And our PR agency is Kirin Advisors. Next. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Anish sir and Arjun sir, for giving insights about the company and issue details. Now we'll start with Q&A session. I request all participants to post your questions in the comment box.
Yeah.
So first question is from Ananya Swaminathan. Can you provide revenue contribution from online and offline model?
Can you provide revenue contribution from online and offline
Online and
model?
offline mode.
Okay, so Ananya, very valid question. Like we mentioned a couple of times that it's a hybrid model. So what happens is, however, we are present in a mall which has a 19,000 footfall per day, and on a weekday, and on weekends it's somewhere close to 50,000. But anybody who's coming down to our showroom or to our experience center has already scheduled a test drive with us online, has approached us on Instagram, has approached us on our website, has somehow got in touch with us, and then scheduled a test drive or has inquired if the car is available or not. So I would say 80-85% of the revenue contribution comes from online, and there is very 5-10%, I would say, chance a person walks in and says, I want a ticket size worth of 30 lakh rupees, I want this car, I'm ready to purchase it upfront. So that's the contribution. We believe majority of it comes through online platforms, and then eventually a person wants to test drive the car, so they come and experience the overall. product.
Next question. Next question is from Bamford Roberts. What is the difference between you and players like Car24, Car Dekho, etc., who sales used cars using tech platforms? Apart from you are in luxury segment. If you can throw some light on that.
Sure. So, Roberts, thank you for this question. Point being, the Cars 24 and Car Dekho in itself are two different companies in terms of models, I would say. So, for example, Car Dekho is more like a classifieds, wherein for a person, anybody who's having an inventory can buy their online presence and list their cars with them, something like OLX platform. Okay. However, Cars 24 is again a platform where you can sell your car, but of a ticket size between 1.5 2 lakh rupees to a 5 lakh rupee ticket size, and they address to that kind of volumes. Therefore, they can't give you the niche service. They can't give you the service which a luxury segment customer needs. Something like a proper doorstep, and obviously, every company has an understanding of their own segment. So evaluating a car which is very less driven and was worth a crore rupees is way more difficult than evaluating overall a Maruti, I would say, because Maruti has a lot of reference points. It has a great volume for you to have an aggregated sale price. Ki bhai, for example, Maruti should be of this value this year, this many kilometers. But evaluating a BMW, Audi, and a Mercedes and inspecting them. So we have our engineers on board who inspect these cars at home with the right tools, right OBD scanners. Overall, they have the ability to assess their mechanical health of the car and multiple things. So there's a lot of difference, and I believe we have our own niche, and Cars 24 and Car Dekho have their different verticals and different niche.
Next question. Next question is from GQA Capital. What made you conclude that 26K Instagram followers are HNIs?
Arjun, if you
No,
want
so
to
I don't think we claim that all of the 26K followers are HNIs. Of course, some of them definitely are. So I don't think there's a statement like that has been made that all of them are HNIs. They are organic, is what we definitely said. We have never purchased followers. We've never, therefore they are not even like thousands and millions of followers, which is very easy to do these days. So they aren't all HNIs. They are, of course, the fans of cars or consumers of the cars from other platforms also. So yeah, I don't think that kind of statement has been.
we believe 15, 20, 20, 25% would be the appropriate number of genuine spending power view. So spending power say मुझे लगता है कि there will be a good 15-20% of these many followers. Rest are aspirational, and I believe the other aspirational followers would also one day be in the HNI segment that we are aspiring
Yeah,
to.
they are definitely, there is a good amount of people from the followers that will turn up to be, say, a future clients, maybe 5 years,
Absolutely,
maybe 10 years, depending on
absolutely.
wherever they are in their life. So, yeah.
Next question.
Next question. Next question is from Manurag Shah. Currently, we have one experience at center at Delhi. What are our plans to expand more in next 3 to 5 years?
Okay, so hi Anurag. Basically, yes, our flagship store is at Delhi, and we have delivered cars to almost 30 cities across the country, and ranging from a 15 lakh rupee car to a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. So we have that. We have addressed every segment. However, our current segment is a 15 lakh to a 40 lakh rupee, 50 lakh rupee segment. So in the next 3 to 5 years, we are looking at multiple models. We are looking at asset-light models in a franchisee way, in a franchisee model. We will have our flagship stores in tier one cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore. And after addressing these cities, there'll be in a satellite model. There'll be smaller franchisee models across tier two, tier three, and where we'll implement our asset-light model.
Okay. Next question. Next question is from Kojin Finvest. What will be the
Okay.
average ticket size of your cars you sold and average age of the cars?
Okay, so average ticket size, as mentioned in the deck also, in the first slide. Average ticket size as of now is 25 lakh rupees. And overall, the aging, I would say, is, Arjun initially said that in Delhi there's a 10-year diesel rule. Okay, so uh, aging from 7-8 years to a very recent 1 year old car, we that's the range we address to. Yeah, yeah.
Next, Kirti Yadav. What are the company's long-term goals and vision for future expansion in both business segments?
Okay. So basically, hi Kirti, what are the company's long-term goals and vision for the future expansion? As I mentioned just to the last question, we will be scaling it to multiple cities. We have been delivering cars. If you talk about the automotive business, we've been delivering cars from Delhi to almost 30 cities, wherein now if we feel that if we are physically present there, along with our existing brand value and online presence, we'll be able to address to queries in a much faster fashion and scale our business to a great extent. So that's what our future vision is in terms of expansion. There'll be five company owned stores, 5 6 company owned stores, and then there'll be a satellite franchisee model where it will be asset light model, and backed by a lot of technology, obviously. The other segment that you're talking about is technology. So right now we have created we have IT experience, we have IT solutions business, which will eventually, because the automotive business is growing at a very fast pace, the combination should be a 10 and a 90. So automotive business will be 90% of the total entity, and 10 15% it will be the backing of the technology that we are looking at. Next.
Okay. Next, Bharti Agarwal. Do you want to focus on second sales for premium cars or expand services to semi-luxury cars too?
Yeah, I think we, as of now, just want to focus on premium cars and premium brands only. So we don't have a current plan where we want to do any other segment. Very clearly said, we are catering to the middle segment of premium cars. That means cars varying from 25, 35, 40 odd lakh rupees. Cars that kind of become like the first luxury car of most households that we sell the cars to. And semi luxuries, no plan as of now. In case that's a future mandate, we shall look into it. Not on the current map for the next couple of years.
Correct.
Next, Kirti Yadav. Can you provide more information on the company's competitive advantage and unique selling propositions in the market?
Arjun.
Yeah, so competitive advantage and unique selling propositions in the market. See, I'll tell you, the used car industry, I answer this very simply by saying, in this business, if you're doing clean business, that in itself is a huge competitive advantage. How dirty the business is, eventually, a lot of unorganized people, they very normally and even till today practice a lot of malpractices, which are ignored by a lot of consumers even today, because their marketing styles and the catchphrases that they use is such that it has been going on, it has still been going on, people are still being conned, people are still being fooled. So my biggest competitive advantage here is that I am here to do clean business. We've been in the business like that, and 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 that in itself is a competitive advantage as well as a USP. Of course, other USPs professionally, if I say speak, is that all our vehicles are inspected to the T. The kind of inspection, the kind of record checking, the kind of maintenance, we personally go and thoroughly browse for each and every car. That gives us a huge USP in because we don't buy our cars in lots. Every car is given personal attention by our entire engineering team. So the USP that we come across with is that every car comes out to be the highest quality used car that you will find in the market. So if you are in the market for whatever car that there is, and in case it is available with us, we very proudly say that it is going to be the best specimen that you are going to find. And also we are somebody who back that you are also free to inspect the car, even inspect the records, everything on your own. So the problems that we've addressed in the business are the problems that we ourselves kind of faced in the past as consumers. So now that we are in the business, we are eyes towards those problems is of absolute eagle vision. So these are our competitive advantages and unique selling propositions. As a car business, I don't really think till the time you're in the business of selling cars, you are not recreating anything. You know, definitely. I mean, let's be very logical. You are not. We are not here to create another metaverse as of right now. But we are in the business of cleaning up the car business and bringing professionalism. That is what we are very proudly doing, and that in itself is a competitive advantage and USP.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, fair enough. Next, please. Romil Gala, can you discuss any plans for future product or service innovations in both segments?
Okay, so Romil, on an innovation perspective, we will be looking for they are both verticals are eventually connected. Okay, so if we are talking about automotive, technology goes hand in hand. We just don't want to be a showroom per se, and we want to have that hybrid model, is why we use this word. So both our business verticals will eventually be merged. And our any plans for future product or services innovation in terms of technology, there's, yes, a lot of scope. We will be incorporating artificial intelligence in terms of, for example, our evaluators when they go and inspect a car. So there's a lot of AI which could be leveraged in terms of evaluating a car, its mechanical condition, its electronic health. Overall, there'll be a grading method. There'll be a overall score of the car on what is the health per se. Then we will use blockchain in terms of what is the service history of the car, what is, has that car been serviced as per the schedule, what is the history of that car, what are there any insurance claims. So everything will be given, every information will be available via technology that we'll be building. So that's the future of our overall product and service. And like Arjun rightly said, it's eventually a service industry. And the best you can do is be very transparent in terms of whatever you are selling or buying, and then have a very good after sales. So for example, see, eventually it's a car. Whenever you buy it, there will be, in the coming 1 year, there will be some brake issue or etc. Small here and there. So the real game is warranty on the car and after sales of the car. So we will be providing a warranty on engine and gearbox, and we will be giving you a great after sales, wherein you don't have to worry at all. Even if you want to get the car service, we'll be your support. So that's what we are trying to build seamlessly.
Next question is from Mahesh Sheth. Can you discuss any partnership or collaborations the company has formed to enhance its service offerings?
Correct, absolutely. So, being a startup, Mahesh, you are right that, every service cannot be in-house, right? The only way we become, what we are today is by collaborating with other similar startups or similar associations in terms of growing. So, for the after sales or service, we have partnered with one of the very prominent service stations in Delhi, and we will be giving complimentary services for our cars which are sold from our platform. And plus, in after sales, we have a lot of NBFCs partnered with us in terms of via DSAs right now, but we have a lot of NBFCs partnered with us, like Bajaj for auto loans, like overall bigger banks like ICICI, Kotak, wherein we will integrate auto loans through them immediate basis. So those are the collaborations, and rest, because it's a B2C model. Even if we procure a car or sell a car, more or less it's a B2C model, and so that's where the partnership chapter goes away.
Okay, thank you. Next question is from Jainam Savla. Can you provide more insight into the reasons behind the restated losses reported for the previous financial year?
Restated losses reported in the previous financial year. No, I don't think we have given any. The last year was profitable. Why would we give any losses in the last financial year? I fail to understand the question. We can move to the next question.
We can move on. Next.
If you know,
Next question is from Nikita Patil. What factors are considered for issue price of 123?
just hold on. Hello, hello. Yeah. What factors are considered for issue price of 123? I think Uday, would you be able to address this? Is Uday there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm there. I'm there. Hello, can you hear me?
Haan.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
So we have considered the comparable companies which are listed on this space. There are very few who's listed, so we have taken them as the basis for having the at the valuation. The P multiple based on the March number is roughly around 13.9 first times, while on an average basis it should be around anywhere close to 14.04 is for March 23 numbers based on March 23 numbers, and 11.68 for the February 24, 29, 24 numbers. That's where broadly what we have considered. The comparable companies that we have considered for the purpose of evaluating the performance is Cartrade. We have also considered the IT software companies because the company has two revenue streams, so we've taken that also as a considerable factor to derive at the P multiple. Next.
Next is from Rohit Subramanian. Rama Subramanian. What are your distribution channels for selling used cars? Is it fully from the single showroom? In which case, even with more working capital, won't you be space constrained to sell more cars?
So yeah, I'll address that question. Distribution channel. Thankfully, like I said, we are in the business of cars. That means the product is extremely mobile. In fact, like it's the it's the product for mobility. So having the product travel or transferred from one place to another has never been a problem. And because it's a high ticket size product, people of course do easily and comfortably travel, spend their time, take out days, spend their time in traveling to see that product, even if it's in another state. So currently, yes, a distribution channel, we are physically present in one place only. But in case, yes, in Delhi, if you want like a home test drive, we can kind of arrange you for that. But yeah, single showroom, more working capital won't be a constraint problem for me because our location has been very strategically chosen. Like we have previously also mentioned, we are based in a mall. In the mall, in the basement, we have a prorata based parking that has been taken for us. So be it 50 cars, be it 500 cars, parking is not going to be a problem for us. And no matter how much working capital we get, of course, parking is something which is not just available for us in this particular mall, but it can further be expanded to any other public parking and can be leased like that. So yeah, working capital always the focus. Parking constraints not our concern. It is easily expandable to us. Currently, yes, we are selling from a single showroom only, as because like cars have a registration constraint. Most of the states don't really like cars from other states or other registrations. So tomorrow, when we are open in other states, we'll be preferring cars that are parked for those state registrations only. And over there also, we'll be working on expandable parking solutions only. So space never an issue in this industry.
Next question. Next question from Bamfer Roberts. What is the average age of our inventory that we keep, and if any car is unsold, in how much time we take that car off the listing?
Okay, so average age of our, like I while I was explaining the business model, average age of our inventory in terms of whenever we buy it, right? The moment we buy it, so averagely we sell a car in the first 45 days. Some cars, depending on various risk factors, they might stay for a longer period of time, like a 60, 90 days, but averagely we do a 45 days cycle. And that's how I was explaining the business model also. So if we have, let's say for example, cars worth 10 cr, their average turnaround time is 45 days, and in a year it's a 9x cycle. In case there's any car unsold, then the beauty about this business is either the money is in the bank or is invested in that particular car. However, whenever we buy a car, we are very cautious in terms of what is the pricing. We never go for a car just because of the notion that this car would be sold at a extra premium. We are always careful in terms of our assessment, and in terms of what is the refurb cost behind it, and we mark down that cost, and then we give a quote to the customer. So on a daily basis, yes, we lose out on some deals, but then we make sure that we invest at the right price. So being
Yeah, just
unsold
adding. Yeah,
yeah,
to this, we probably never had a car that has not been sold in the duration that we wanted it to. So that is a great sign. Of course, there is a possibility there can be something like that that can come in the future. Best part is in this industry, a lot of B2B buying also goes on. So something that in case isn't sold at my counter definitely could be a value addition to somebody else's counter. In that case, a B2B transaction can also happen, and there are always dealers that want to buy your inventory in case you are buying something clean. So to offload that car at either minimal profit or probably even cost to cost in case of an emergency in the future, that can be taken up as an example. But right
correct.
now, we have never had that situation that something has been unsold for a larger time that we want. Therefore, it's like a good position to be in. So yeah.
Just to add to Arjun, like he said, B2B, we had partnered with Spinny.com in terms of buying luxury cars from their platform. So we have bought cars B2B, we have sold cars B2B, and not at a distress model, but just as an opportunity sake. So we got nice deals from Spinny, so we bought cars from Spinny as well. Moving to the next question.
Next question, please. Chaitali Dev, what is the marketing network of our company?
Arjun.
Yeah, the marketing network. When you say marketing network, I think I assume that you're talking about the kind of brokers that we work with, if I'm not wrong. So the network that we use to buy and sell is an ever-growing net. There are always going to be third-party people who are going to be helping you in buying and selling your products. So when I say what is the marketing network, there is a detailed list of freelancers that we or anybody in our industry that has to work with, and we very regularly buy the cars off them. We very regularly take their help to unload the cars also, because of course the mechanism is such that it earns even them some certain amount of money when they help us sell something. So that's the marketing network. Apart from that, I don't really think that if you're talking about marketing strategy, that's a totally different thing. We of course are heavy on marketing ourselves on social media primarily, and word of mouth of course always helps. So marketing network, yes, exists. It is not an upfront paid marketing network. It depends on car to car, lead to lead. There are freelancers across the country which always help us with that. Marketing strategy is largely social media, where we focus because that has been working really great for us. Is also very cost effective, unlike other means of marketing like print or PR. It has also the least amount of money per lead that we have to spend. So yeah, this is where we are in
Correct.
terms of marketing on both the tangents.
Okay.
Next, please. Sanika Khemani, where are we seeing our business in terms of revenue over next 2 to 3 years?
Hi, Sanika. So, basically, when I was explaining the model, the automotive model or overall business model, as mentioned, it's a 45-day cycle, and we churn any amount which is which we infuse in our working capital. It goes from say 7x to a 9x uh, revenue. So percentage wise, you can look at how if you have a say 10 CR of working capital, you can calculate as per the churning cycle that what we'll be looking at. And it's a, it's a compounding manner. So for example, whatever profits at a 15% gross margin and a 10% net profit, in a compounding manner, every financial year that contribution is given to the working capital to procure more cars. So it's a very self-sustainable, cash positive business, and so our revenues multiple times in terms of what we are today. Next.
Next question. Priyanka Salunke. What specific strategies does the company have in place to improve cash flow and mitigate negative cash flow impacts on the growth?
Okay, so hi Priyanka. Basically, where we are today in terms of our capital expenditure and overall infrastructure cost, we have always been very cautious in terms of, whenever we scale, we don't have to spend in that similar correlation. So, for like Arjun said, we can scale our inventory model from a 50 car to a 500 car also. That would not, increase our real estate cost. Our marketing processes are in place, our digital platforms are in place. That would not, the cost would not go exponentially even if we, make our inventory 10 times overall. So right now also we have not achieved our optimization of the current business. So the optimization of current business will, now will kick in, and we'll optimize our existing expenses and make sure the company is, like, we are cash positive right now. Also we have our strength to address to the future growth is pretty much taken care right now. Currently we are, already at an optimum state of expense, so we would not be spending too much beyond this. An asset light model overall will enable us eventually to not, you know impact our growth.
Next question, please.
Yeah.
Cogin Finvest. What is the total number of cars that we have sold in last 3 financial year, and what is the total inventory we have as of now?
Okay, so Uday, would you be able to help me with the exact numbers, because they are asking about the exact numbers?
Sure. I'll do that. Give me a minute.
Yeah. See, I have a ballpark figure, but obviously we have to tell them the exact figures.
So, roughly around 37 cars was sold as of 31st March 2023, and
No,
for the period
in
ending February,
that particular financial year, right?
yeah, during the last 3 financial years. So it's for the 3 financial years, Anish.
No, the total of last 3 financial years, how much number?
So 37 is what was sold for the period ending March 2023.
Hmm.
35 for the period ending March 2022, and
Correct.
and 14 cars for the period ended March 2021. So if I total
Correct.
it up, it is 37 plus 35 plus 14. So anywhere close to 72 plus 14. So
86 cars,
86
86 cars till
is the last
2023
financial.
March end. Yeah, March end. Correct.
And for the stub period, we have sold roughly around 32 cars.
Correct. Yes.
Inventory, maybe you would like to add up. What is the current position of the inventory as of now?
So the current position
Number
of
of
the inventory is, number of cars are around 2022, and plus like I said, we have multiple models. So like Arjun said, we have a B2B model also, in which, for example, there's another dealer who has an unsold inventory of 3-4 cars. They also do a park and sell model with us, so we have their inventory as well. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Next question. Samir Kotari. Regarding B2B, how are you going to compete with OEM's used car division? What consumer would give first preference to them? Would
Regarding B2B,
consumer
OEM used car division. Arjun, would you like to address?
yeah. Used car division want consumer would give first preference, won't consumer give
won't
first preference to them. Yeah, so if you would know any facts about the OEM used car division, so almost 100% of the OEM used car department works on buybacks. So OEM used car division only gets a speed of a car once somebody steps into their showroom and buys off a new car from them, and then only the showroom absorbs their used car and puts them on the used car fleet. So the advantage or preference I would say is, of course, number one, customer always gives preference to whoever's paying the most amount of money and the right balance of trust wherever he can put. So the advantage that comes over here with us is that the customer need not buy something from us for us to be giving them an offer, because we give an independent offer to the customer whenever they want to sell a car. OEMs would largely turn up and give you a good or a market offer only once you are interested in buying something, because then only their math makes sense. That's not the case with us. So the customer in that case definitely opens up the car to other platforms also. They can come to us, they can come to or any other platform wherever they feel the price is best to the calculation of each company. That is where the customer eventually can plan to sell their car. So yeah, we don't clash with the new car sales. There's never a I mean, our buying of your inventory or your car is not related to you coming and buying something else from me. We are independently buying cars. So of course there will be some clashes happening here and there. And that is organic and that is totally normal. So yeah, depends on the customer and no clashing with the new and used cars with us over.
Yeah.
Next question. Anurag Shah, thank you for sharing insights of your company.
Thank you, Anurag.
I think
Thank
we
you,
have
Arjun.
covered majority of the questions. Thank you, Anish sir. Thank you, Arjun sir. For this.
Kajol,
Yeah,
one just one point. I think I missed that question where I was asked about the losses in the previous year. However, it was written 2023. If I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong. But I think they were talking about the previous 2 years of losses, like
yeah,
financial year
FY
22, 21,
correct.
22. So basically, just to address that question, whenever a company starts, there are some fixed costs to it, some employee strength, overall infrastructure strength. So when we were growing, if you see our revenue perspective, we were growing from like a 1.44 cr to a 6.5 cr revenue. However, to reach that break even point, we need to have the working capital, and to, we need to reach the optimum level of the business to have the right qualitative cash flows. So that's eventually that's what created the other also, and other revenue streams also. But then first 2 years the losses were overall just because of the pure growth perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving insights about your company and issue to our investor community. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Gaurav. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
The best
Kajol,
of
thank you,
luck.
Uday, thank you, guys, for attending this, and looking forward to a positive response tomorrow.
Yeah,
Thank you,
sure,
everyone. Thank
definitely.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.